Hi, this is Warren, and I'm doing a video today on the Merkur HD or heavy duty razor, and it's the sister or brother, if you will, of the 34C that Merkur makes. It's identical. The only difference is that the 34G is in gold and the 34C is in nickel or chrome, if you will. So at any rate, I'm going to do a shave video. I got out of the shower and whiskers are pretty hydrated. Got about 3 or 4 days growth here. And I'm going to load it up. This is how this razor loads up. You twist the bottom and then the top comes out like that. And the blades I'll be using today are shark blades. I've tried various different blades in this razor and don't seem to make too much difference, but I do like the shark blades. So this is what we'll be using today. And so we'll go ahead and load that up into the razor. Like so. Like that. Twist it tight. So the curvature of the blade as it's tightened will give you the aggressiveness of this razor. As far as aggressiveness goes in a razor, this is a good middle of the road, a little higher than that. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'd probably give it a 7. So beginners could use it, and it's for everyone actually. It's a very nice quality razor. It's made in Germany. Okay, so again, whiskers are hydrated. Put a little more warm water I have in my sink here. And the soap I'll be using today is Boomer and Company shave soap, and it's the cedar and sage fragrance. And I used this on one of my previous videos, and on that particular video I couldn't remember which soap was in my cup at the time. So this is, if you refer back to that video or if you go back to it, it's double-edged shaving for rookies. And this was the soap I used. And that's what I'll be using again. Actually, this is it. And I have it in a vintage Old Spice shaving cup or mug. So we'll get started here. I'm going to go ahead and use this Ever Ready from the 1950s. It's an Ever Ready shave brush. I've restored a few of them of different vintage shaving brushes, and this is one I restored. Again, I just like to restore old brushes. It's got a synthetic knot, and so we'll go ahead and get started with the getting it wet here. Again, synthetic brushes really don't need to be soaked like badger or boar hair brushes, because they're genuine hair. Badger and boar hair brushes, they should be soaked for a few minutes before you start shaving. But synthetic brushes, it's not necessary. Although sometimes I just do it to do it. Okay, so add just a little more water here. And we're starting to build up a nice lather here. I really like this soap a lot. I have various soaps, but this one I really like a lot. It gives good lubrication, and I like to use a lot of lather. Some people don't like so much lather, but I like a lot of lather. At any rate, here we go. Again, if you don't want to get it in your nostrils, put a couple of fingers on that brush over the mustache area. Keep the lips tucked in some. Again, I'm a hairy guy, so I have facial hair growth that comes up to my cheek. Up pretty high. Okay. Okay, here we go. Clear the runway. And again, when you're shaving with a double-edged razor, you want to go at 30 degrees. And because of the way my facial hair grows, which is downward on my first pass, I'm going to go along with the grain. I'm going to be shaving downward strokes. So I don't know if you can hear that feedback on the sound of the hair, of the razor actually cutting the hair right off of the skin. And I get as much use as I can on the one side on a double-edged razor, flip it around, get good use of your blade. Swish it off. And again, one of the major reasons I went back to good old double-edged razing, or shaving I should say, doing these facial contortions, misspeaking a little bit, but going back to double-edged shaving, one of the main reasons was because the cartridge razors today, the triple, quadruple cartridge razors, are just so expensive. And to be honest with you, they don't give as close a shave as a good old double-edged razor. Generally, when I do short strokes on the first pass, when I do my neck on the second pass, you'll see me do longer strokes. Okay, in the mustache area, if you want to, you can lift your nose up to get in under that nostril, or you don't have to. Be really careful around the lips. And as I always say in my other videos, when you're using a double-edged razor, don't ever move the blade sideways or you will cut yourself. When I do my lips, you gotta kind of, this isn't for beginners, really. You probably really would want to just go like this if you're a beginner. Keep your lips tucked in, like that, until you get really good at it. Then you can sort of go like this. Okay, so that's the first pass. Plenty of lather left on my brush. So we'll go for the second pass. And now here's what I was talking about, where on my neck I'll go long strokes against the grain. Not sure if the video's picking up the feedback from the hair coming off. Flip it around. Swish it on. And now my facial hair grows down, so I'll be shaving up against the grain. And if you see a little blood here, I'm not going to count that as a nick on this shave, because it happened on my last video for my Mula open comb razor, and I nicked myself on that one right there. A little bad. So it's only had probably 4 days to heal. Okay, even up the sideburns a little more. That's it. That's baby smooth. 2 passes with a Merkur 34G, and it's baby smooth. Again, it's with a sharp blade. It's with Boomer and Company shaving soap. Again, with a cedar and sage scent. This is actually what the puck looks like that I have in that vintage Old Spice cup. Okay, so go ahead and let the water out of my sink. And then I'm going to go ahead and rinse my face with warm water first. To rinse the soap off. And then I'll switch it over to cold water to close the pores. Okay. Excellent close shave. And now I'll go ahead and put a little bit of witch hazel, Thayer's facial toner, witch hazel, what have you. I could use an alum block if I wanted to. I did that on my last video when I cut myself there. I cut myself there with a Mula. If you watch that video. And that feels good. Okay, and then I'll go ahead and use the Old Spice again. Used that last time, and I just like Old Spice. Takes me back many years. My wife likes it too, actually. That's a good burn. Got some alcohol in it. Okay. I'm happy with it. But at any rate, thank you for watching, and you have a nice day.